WWE title is back with the final SummerSlam review with 2018, and this was I remember my 2018 pay-per-view ranking list when I did, and the Saudi shows. Fun fact: I'm not reviewing the Saudi shows. Like I'm keep telling you for as long as I breathe. No Saudi Arabia shows. Fuck the Saudi Arabia shows. So yeah, this was ranked number 2 behind the Royal Rumble. So yeah, I'll do Royal Rumble 2018 when I get to the Rumble series. When I review 4 Royal Rumbles, I'm gonna do it again with Royal Rumble. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do 4-star series like I did last year, and with Rumble, and I'm gonna do it with WrestleMania, and then next year SummerSlam. Well, not really though. Actually, I'm gonna do 1 Survivor Series. Fuck it, and I'll do 4 WrestleManias and 4 Royal Rumbles. They are not year in reviews. But yeah, August 19th, technically a Raw and SmackDown event at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, just like in 2015. And by the next year, SummerSlam, they're going to be in Toronto. And then last year was supposed to be in Boston before COVID-19 struck. So they had to went to the Thunderdome, which was one of the dumbest. Honestly, they just go in with the motions with that Thunderdome. But I already mentioned it, the Thunderdome era. From last year's SummerSlam to this year's Hell in a Cell. Fuck that show. But not as bad as 2018's Hell in a Cell, which I'm not going to talk about that in this video. So let's just not talk about Hell in a Cell 2018. And then I'll do my what if, like, I was planning on doing it tonight, but I'm going to do it tomorrow. Sorry about that. So yeah, let's talk about SummerSlam 2018. This was, again, a very, very good pay-per-view. Well, SmackDown got the better matches, like Styles and Samoa Joe, which I'll talk about why I don't like what they did with it. Miz and Daniel Bryan, which I'll talk about when I talk about Daniel Bryan around this time. Those were like the 2 biggest matches on the SmackDown side. Yeah, you got the triple threat for the SmackDown Women's title, which I'll talk about when I talk about it. And the tag team champions for the SmackDown side, at least the SmackDown tag team division from 2018 was better than the Raw tag team division from this time period. Nakamura and Jeff Hardy, again, I'll talk about when I get to it, but Raw, you basically have, well, you got a good opener. You have a main event that nobody wanted, and a bunch of squash matches on the Raw side, at least. But let's get to that good match right now. And for the Intercontinental Championship, Seth Rollins defeats Dolph Ziggler. These two have an Iron Man match last month at Extreme Rules, which was in my hometown in Pittsburgh. Also, like I mentioned in that countdown list I did 2 years ago in 2019. I was originally supposed to be at Extreme Rules, but I guess taking problems and that, whatever. It's thundering lightning. WCW thundering. Wrestling pun. So they saved Rollins' title victory for here. Seth Rollins should have kept the title from WrestleMania to December at TLC. Yeah, it's thundering outside. They should not have him lose the title to Dolph Ziggler. Seriously, I never liked Dolph Ziggler. I never will. To me, he's never gonna be like Shawn Michaels. That's the bottom line. Got the Stone Cold reference, I know. This is Dean Ambrose's last SummerSlam appearance because he left the following year to go to AEW. I'll do the AEW pay-per-view someday. Yeah. Good match. I give it an 8. Actually, I give it a 7.5 because Drew McIntyre and Dean Ambrose kept interfering, kept distracting them. My bad. Yeah, I'm still calling it Dean Ambrose for these WWE reviews. I'll talk about winning John Moxley in the AEW reviews someday. But anyways, then we have for the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Like I mentioned, the SmackDown Tag Team Division is way better than the Raw Tag Team Division at this time in 2018. Not in 2019 or not now. The SmackDown Tag Team Division is terrible. Actually, both tag team champions are terrible. Well, Usos are SmackDown tag team champions, which that's a plus on my side. But I don't want AJ Styles in a tag team anymore. Enough of that. Anyways, the New Day defeats the Bludgeon Brothers of Harper and Rowan by DQ. They should have just have the New Day win the tag team champions here. I hate when, just like I mentioned in my SummerSlam 2010 review, I hate when heel champions hits the give up line and gets them disqualified or counted out. I hate it when that happens. I think this and the United States Championship are the weakest match on the card, for the SmackDown side at least. Not counting the squash matches. Yeah. 7 was not bad for, but again, I never liked Rowan anyways. And Harper Roy Lee had some good, so when we went to AEW, and then unfortunately by December he passed away. Which is sucked. I think that's why Bray Wyatt left, because of that. What happened to him? Because him and Harper were great friends outside. But let's talk about it. Anyway, then we have for the Money in the Bank contract. Now, Braun Strowman was the holder. He beat Kevin Owens in a squash match, basically. And what was the time? 1 minute and 50 seconds. Yeah, Kevin Owens barely got any offense on Braun Strowman. Basically, Braun Strowman beat the fuck out of him. Does his train thing. His train wreck thing. Whatever. All Owens does was a super kick. Then Braun went to No Cell City. Choke slam on the stage. Running power slam. 1, 2, 3, it's over. Well, I'm not going to rank this because it was just a squash match. It's kind of like Goldberg. It's kind of reminds me of an old WCW Goldberg squash match. And, I love when Goldberg squashes jabronis anyways in WCW. I'm not going to rank because it's a squash match. Squash matches do not get a rating whatsoever. Yeah. Well, this isn't going to be the last time we see Braun Strowman on this pay-per-view. Anyways, then we have a triple threat match for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Now, Becky got an opportunity by beating Carmella, which honestly, that should have been for the title. Like, what was it? Like, it was sometime in late July, I think she got the shot. That should have been for the title. She won there. And you had her and Charlotte. If I were to do a what if on, spoiler, on my next season, that is, if I were to talk about that in a future what if, which I'm probably going to do that for season 2, that should have been the match. Charlotte won this match, and then Becky turned heel on her, which the fans didn't believe it was a heel turn. This was actually not a bad triple threat match. It honestly should have just been Charlotte versus Becky for the title, and you could have a good match with them. Which, by the way, their Hell in a Cell match was so disappointing. Yeah. And I think Charlotte looks really good in pink, in my opinion. Sorry about that. But yeah, I like Charlotte. I like Becky. Fuck Carmella. She's a... I don't want to say that word. Sorry. 8. It was actually better than the IC title match, but yeah. And then we get... Honestly, this should have been the main event, in my opinion, for the WWE Championship. If you go back to my first episode of What If... I think it was the Roman episode. Yeah, it was the Roman episode where I put Joe and Styles in the main event. This should have been the main event. And honestly, this is the match of the night. Besides the finish. The finish, I think this was a good... I think the DQ ending was better here because the face went nuts. And yeah, Samoa Joe and AJ Styles. Tell me, can you find a bad match between these two? Never. Either in TNA or in WWE. This ended in a disqualification, obviously, but this was, the family matters, and yeah. I give it a 9. Almost a 9.5 because of the DQ, but it was okay for the finish. Honestly, by the next period, they should have put, Charlotte and Becky in a Hell in a Cell match, and they should have put Joe and Styles in a Hell in a Cell match. Instead of ordering Jeff Hardy, spoiler. and Roman and Strowman. If this was 2017, if they should have put No Mercy as a SmackDown pay-per-view and Raw have a Hell in a Cell, they should have Roman and Strowman in a Hell in a Cell match, in my opinion. But yeah, 9 out of 10. It was okay. It was like awesome. The SummerSlam WWE Championship match. Sorry. That was just lightning. Just don't. Anyways. Then we have The Miz defeating Daniel Bryan. I thought this was a solid match. I give it an 8.5. This was around the time I lost. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted by that fucking light thunder, but whatever. This was around the time I started to lose respect for Daniel Bryan. Kind of like I was when CM Punk in 2013 when he lost the WWE Championship to The Rock, which Royal Rumble 2013 will be on my Royal Rumble reviews in January. Yeah, because of what happened on November 13th. Horrible. 8.5. It was a good match. And the ending, I thought it protected both of them. Anyways. Then we have Finn Balor defeating Baron Corbin. God, how the money have fallen for Baron Corbin from 2017 to 2018. Because in 2017, he failed to cash in money back. He got embarrassed by John Cena. You fast forward now, he's bald. He's Constable Corbin. And starting getting a feud with Kurt Angle. And it was terrible. Which I did in my WrestleMania review. Which was the first pay-per-view review I done. And how long was this match? 1 minute and 35 seconds. I'm not ranking this. It's a squash match. Yeah, literally. 2 squash matches on the Raw side. Oh, God. That's not good. Anyways, then we have Shinsuke Nakamura defeating Jeff Hardy. This is for the United States Championship, so last month Extreme Rules, Randy Orton comes back and turns heel. Why couldn't you do Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton at SummerSlam instead of doing this United States Championship? This is a match that should not have been on the card. It should have done it on the Go Home SmackDown and have Orton interfere in that match and do the match at SummerSlam. That should have happened, but whatever. This is the weakest match on the card. Outside of the squash matches, that is. A 6. It was the weakest match on SummerSlam. But yeah. I mean, Shinsuke he fall off the rails after a WrestleMania. You can say by SummerSlam, that is. Last year's SummerSlam, where he lost to Jinder fucking Mahal. Anyways, oh boy. Then we have another squash match for the Raw Women's Championship. Ronda Rousey defeats Alexa Bliss. What was the time on this? 4 minutes. It was longer than the 2, but I can't rank this. This is a squash. WWE, they flat out embarrassed Alexa Bliss. They did with this match. What an embarrassment to this fucking UFC fight. Fuck Ronda Rousey. Okay, that's fine, baby. And then finally for the Universal Championship. Again, this is a match that nobody wanted, including me. Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. Now, before the match, Braun Strowman comes and everyone thought he's going to cash in Money in the Bank. But no, he says he's going to cash in on the winner of this match. And it's lasted 6 minutes and 10 seconds. This was actually more competitive than the 3 Raw squash matches. Roman, wrong. He hits 1 Superman punch, 2 Superman punches, 3 Superman punches. He hits 1 spear, another spear. Brock counters into a guillotine choke. Tries again, tries over another Superman punch. Suplex City is a typical Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns match. And then Roman's going to spear Brock. Brock moved, and he hits Braun by mistake. Brock fights Braun for some reason. He threw the briefcase up top of the stage, which I like the concept of the lighting of SummerSlam, which is kind of like a video game. You know, but yeah. Brock threw that. He gets a chair, hits him. By distraction, Roman hits him with a 3rd spear. 1, 2, 3. And at least the reign of terror is over. For now. Until Roman Reigns got sick with leukemia. at least his second reign as Universal Champion, didn't end with leukemia. So thank you, Roman. Thank God Roman recovered from that. And this was actually better than the WrestleMania match and the greatest Royal match, which was just in Saudi Arabia. I'm not gonna review that, by the way. The rest of 2018 pay-per-views after SummerSlam were terrible. Like I mentioned, with Hell in a Cell, Survivor Series, TLC. They were shit. Especially Survivor Series. I mean, Royal Rumble was great that year. WrestleMania was good until the last two matches. Money in the Bank was really good. This period, I give it an 8 out of 10, by the way. Yeah. And Evolution was good. There were 5, the other periods like Elimination Chamber, Fastlane, Extreme Rules, those were decent. 4 bad shows were Backlash, Hell in a Cell, Survivor Series, and TLC. So yeah, SummerSlam I give it an 8 out of 10. Yeah. I was going to think about giving it but no, this was getting an 8 out of 10 because the WWE Championship was awesome. Miz and Bryan was great, but this is the right time I'm losing respect for him. And yeah, that's it for my 4 SummerSlam reviews. I'm not going to do it that's why I'm going to stop with the SummerSlam reviews. Actually, no, I'm going to do 4 Survivor Series, and I'm going to do 4 SummerSlams the next year. Yeah. So yeah, I'll get you back with my 1987 review with Season 9. And tomorrow I'll do my next What If with the CNN Styles program, where it should end at WrestleMania 33. Bye. Like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah.